Alright, it's nostalgia time. And what better place to start it off with than the OG GOAT of Apex? I'll let Super Saiyan NiceWigg introduce the first one.
I'm playing with Dizzy! I'm playing with Dizzy!
Dizzy really was the OG GOAT.
Oh! That fucking nade.
Enemy down. Firing. It's not safe here. Taking shots. Reloading. Took out a lot this time.
Holy.
Now, how about a crazy young looking It's Timmy with a hat getting the world record?
Yeah, boy! You were here to see it!
Prime Aceu? Of course, the GOAT Shroud, who got the first ever 20 bomb in all of Apex.
Yeah, they're low. One more.
Double timing it.
Look him up.
Reloading.
Shit. 21.
21.
Lifeline!
Let's go, baby. Lifeline! Lifeline! Where's me? Lifeline, you where's?
And of course, Prime TSM.
Two-time back-to-back.
Honestly, I could sit here naming creators and pros endlessly, but now, what about Bridges, Thunderdome, Cascades, Original Skulltown, Slums, Sorting Factory, and of course, the GOAT of all GOATs, the best building in all of Apex that had so many different names, from streamer building, car park, 5-stack, Aceu's home, and even some people called it Big Red for some reason. I don't know why. Careers were literally made and ruined in this building. Then there were the care package weapons. Of course, the one-shot headshot kill Kraber, and the most insane shotgun to ever be in Apex, the ridiculous Mastiff that could one-shot someone in the head, unless you were this dude called Zero. I don't know who he is. Also, ignore the fact that I'm already dead. Wraith and Pathy were the OG OP legends with their Naruto running endless grapples. Guns were ridiculously strong and OP, but also fun, like the Wingman, R99, PK. But my favorite part about it all was just being with your friends and how hyped you would get for big plays and big wins.
Good night, kiddies! Destroyed.
We got this.
Oh no, 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 I'm gonna die! No!
Up.
I wish I had something new to play, dude. The games are so expensive these days, it's crazy. Wait up. I have an Acer PC, and eligible Acer PCs come with a 3-month PC Game Pass. Oh my god, it's beautiful. There are so many games to choose from. I don't have to go broke playing them, it's so cheap. Wu-Chang, I've always wanted to play it. Expedition 33, I've heard insane things about that. Oh, Grounded's meant to be so fun with friends. There's so many I want to play. And I'm actually going to be able to play them. I don't have to empty my bank account for it. Yo, they even have golf with friends. I gotta get the boys on and play this right now. Now, let's have a look at OG Apex in a little bit more detail with 20 unbelievable things that used to be in Apex Legends by one of the best content creators, one of my favorite content creators in the world, Mangoes in Trees.
You used to spawn into the game with nothing. No armor, no knockdown or helmet, and
Oh
not
my
even
God,
the
I
2
forgot
cells
this.
and 2 syringes. That came in Season 9. Now, when this happened, this change was so huge. I can't even imagine what the game would feel like these days if this change never came. But if you were playing Apex before this change, then you know it was one of Apex's best decisions that they ever made.
Genuinely, can you believe playing Apex now without a shield, not starting with a shield, not starting with 2 cells to heal with? Not even just that, there have been so many other changes to shields that have been absolutely massive. As you can see here, I was about to tell you, but Evo shields.
2, on the topic of armors, not only was red armor not a thing originally for, I believe, the first 4.
Oh my god, I'm sorry I keep pausing and cutting you off, but remember when you started with only 1 shield on white? It was so bad. I think this only came into the game for like 1 split, but it was genuinely the worst change they've ever made. Armors have come a very long way since the start of the game, and minus that change there, they've been insane, really.
First 4 seasons, but later on in Season 4, they added Evo armors, but they were still separate from the normal armors. So you could still find a white Evo armor, or you could just find a normal white armor. This clogged up the loot pool and made it fairly confusing for which armors to use and which armors you could possibly find. Now, in hindsight, at the time, it was clear that Apex was testing out the Evo armors along with the normal armors that they had started the game game with. Number 3, when the charge rifle first came out in season 3, it used to take energy ammo, and this had a base magazine of 4 shots. It was able to take extended energy mags too, and this meant you could carry so much ammo for this gun and have up to 7 shots in the mag if you had a purple energy mag on it. The reload speed was also much faster than it is today, so it's crazy to think about. Even these days, dealing with the charge rifle is very annoying, but can you imagine what it would be like if it was still in its season 3 form? Oh my god.
Funnily enough, while not as easy to use, the charge rifle still is as strong and ridiculously annoying right now. Also, while we're paused, let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite thing from all of OG Apex? Let me know.
Number 4, back in the day, gold armor meant fast healing instead of what it is today, where cells and syringes heal double their amount. This fast heal was insane, and it was so clutch for taking on 1v3s. I can't even imagine what this would feel like if it was still in the game today.
It's funny looking back at changes sometimes, because I'm pretty sure they removed gold armor double healing because they thought it was too strong at one point. Now, a lot of Legends literally have it built into their kit with perks. I mean, over the past year, Apex really have made changes to like speed the game up so much. It's such a different game these days.
Number 5, before Lifeline's auto res with the shield that she got changed in season 5, she had to manually revive in her own special animation.
I miss OG Lifeline.
She still got her res shield with it. This would allow for some cheeky outplay if you wanted to bait revives, and in season 5, then she got the auto revive with the shield protection, which was later then changed in season 9 to basically what it is these days. Lifeline used to be the best at reviving, and now she is definitely not as good, but I know a lot of players miss the good old days with Lifeline and her res shield. Number 6.
I just want to state, he's saying that Lifeline's not as good at resin anymore. Low-key, Lifeline's probably better at resin these days. She's got double res plus the small, like, I guess, shadow buff they gave to her recently where players can crawl faster, so it's easier for them to get behind cover so they can, you know, res them safely. Her ult now plays so well with resin. I wish they'd take Lifeline back to that skillful era when you had to, you know, play around the shield. You can make plays by bringing it up and down. You can only res a person one at a time. There was much more outplay potential to it from both sides. I missed OG Lifeline. OG Lifeline was so good. Oh my god.
There used to be a hop-up called the Select Fire, and this worked for the Prowler and the Havoc. It was much better on the Prowler because it made it fully auto instead of burst if you wanted it to. And on the Havoc, it made it so you could charge it up and use it for a single fire spray.
Oh my god, single fire Havoc.
Never really that good for the Havoc.
It's terrible.
For the Prowler though, it was definitely insane. Number 7, sniper scopes used to be able to go on the G7 Scout and the triple take. These sniper scopes made the weapons much more versatile during this time, but also keep in mind the Scout used to have a faster fire rate, and I believe it didn't have as much of a bullet drop, so it was fairly annoying to go up against a Scout being spammed from very far away while it had a 4 to 8x on it. Number 8, originally the Mozambique only had 3 shots in the gun. Then somewhere halfway between season 7 or 8, they made it so it could take 4 shots. These days it clearly has 6 shots, so just imagine the Mozambique but with half of its magazine. So I think they need to do something similar to the P20 to make it more in line with the Mozambique, because right now Mozam actually slaps. Number 9.
By the way, I just want to say, this is max quality of this video. Some of the clips in it are just not the highest quality. But man, I miss when guns weren't good. Having guns in the game that were bad was so good. It offered so much potential for different kind of content could be made from it. They're funny moments, or just the fact that not every gun should be usable and should be playable. The P20 and Mozam should be terrible. The RE45 should be like a lower to mid-tier gun. Well, there needs to be bad guns in the game. I'm kind of sad that the Mozam and P20 and stuff are good though.
Before season 8, not only did Octane's jump pad not have a double jump, but it also didn't matter if you hit it while sliding or standing for it to send you in the same trajectory. Once Octane's pad got buffed though in season 8, it mostly became the ability that we know today, except for one huge thing. There was no audio nearly any time someone took an Octane jump pad. I remember pretty vividly this made season 8 rough because it was peak Octane Revenant meta, and you would get a full team jump padding on your head with no audio.
Oh my god, I'm going back to that.
Scary to deal with.
Wait up. We're going back to this. Look at this! This was literally nightmare fuel. This is my like biggest like thing that I hated in all of Apex ever put together. This is the thing you'll have nightmares about for your entire life. Getting 3-man jump padded on by Revolted? Oh my god, it was insane.
Number 10. Revenant used to be so much worse than he is today. It's pretty hard to imagine that given how right now Revenant is the weakest legend in the game, but yeah, he was not very good upon release. He had a range in which the death protection would work, and also when you did get sent back to the death totem, you would have 1 HP. This made it so that a single caustic trap could wipe an entire team if you planted it right near a Rev totem when that team got sent back. Later on, when Revenant received some buffs, Season 8 was his peak. There was no visual indicator that a Revenant totem was nearby, which also played into that heavy Revenant Octane meta. Number 11. From Season 3 up until Season 6, there was a train on World's Edge.
I missed the train.
This made for some very crazy hut drops. There were several different loot pills on the train, and obviously it was moving while you were trying to land, so sometimes you get bumped off. But I remember early on in Apex, this was an insane
I miss
drop.
OG
It was like
Apex.
very low
Holy
probability
shit.
that you'd make it out alive because you would realistically maybe find one gun, but probably get beaten up before you could even open the pill. A lot of players loved the train.
OG
Number
trailers were
12.
so good
You
as
guys
well.
think Horizon was annoying for the last few seasons? Well, you should have seen her upon release in Season 7.
Season 7
The gravity
Horizon, holy
lift
moly.
was so different. I mean, it worked very similarly, but first off, it had a 15-second cooldown, which started halfway through from when you threw the gravity lift. So the gravity lift lasted for 10 seconds. At 5 seconds, the cooldown would begin. So realistically, you were only on a 10-second cooldown for her gravity lift. You could take it as many times as you wanted.
I don't think people remember how OP Horizon was. People used to sit on the top of it with like a Wingman or a Spitfire. It was absurd. Nades didn't used to blow up the ultimate either.
You could stay up at the top. Your accuracy wasn't affected while you were on top of the gravity lift. Her ultimate was also on a shorter cooldown. I think it was 2 minutes. Somebody can correct me there, but it was much shorter than what it is today. It pulled you even harder. It still pulled you through walls, doors, etc. It took no damage to grenades, whether friendly or enemy.
Oh,
It was
dude,
just
Horizon
insane.
was
I
so
remember
busted.
dealing with Horizon in Season 7 being so frustrated because as soon as you got Horizon ulted, you were basically dead if it was a good player because all they had to do was throw a couple arc stars and there was like no outplay. Not to mention, there was basically a Horizon on every single team. So yeah, it was pretty difficult to deal with. Number 13.
No one talks about the fact that Watson was bugged in Season 7 as well. Horizon's ult didn't get eaten by Watson's ult. So as a Watson main, getting Horizon ulted was the most frustrating thing in the entire world. Oh, but yeah, anyway, we move on. 13.
Before they severely toned down the muzzle flash, gold barrel stabilizers were in the game
about
to
this.
do that, while having the same
Muzzle flash was
utility
so
as
bad.
a purple barrel stabilizer. Some of the guns made it very difficult
that, you
to
can't
see
see
what you were
anything,
shooting
bro.
at during the
What
early
the?
seasons of Apex. I do miss when barrel stabilizers could go on SMGs, and that is a change I wish they would go back to. Number 14, you used to be able to stick your teammates with arc stars and then have them run into an enemy
this was one of
team
the
and
best
deal
things.
damage to the enemies while your teammate would take no damage from that arc star. You can thank the pros for getting this nerfed because they ran this play very often in tournaments, especially while using Pathfinder because he was very meta back then. Number 15,
Grappling is
speaking of
Pathfinder.
arc stars, all players used to have Fuse's passive up until Season 4.
Oh, you
I
could
believe.
carry
Every
so
player
many
could stack
grenades.
2 grenades per backpack slot, and once again, the pros got this nerfed. Knowing how valuable throwables can be these days, imagine if every player could stack 2. Needless to say, end games were hectic because everyone saved their nades till the very end, right before Apex made this change. Number 15, Wraith used to have an instant Q. This was definitely a get out of jail
Wraith
free
Day back
card
in
if
the day.
Apex ever had one, but you couldn't go very far with it because she wasn't invisible for as long as
New
she
Wraith
is
Q's
these
better,
days.
let's be
Even
real.
having an instant ability that allowed for her to go invisible while being able to slightly reposition was still pretty damn good back then. Number 16, not only was Pathfinder's hitbox smaller in the early seasons, he also only had a 15-second cooldown on his grapple. And this was a static cooldown, meaning no matter how good of a grapple he hit and no matter how far he went, it was still 15 seconds. And this right here was a huge reason why Pathfinder was so meta in the early seasons. Number 17. Now we all know the maps have been changed several times, especially King's Canyon and World's Edge. But one of my favorite spots that was only in Apex for Season 3
Fuel
was called
Depot.
Fuel
Wait, no.
Depot.
Yeah,
This
Fuel
is where
Depot.
Harvester is
Oh,
now.
Fuel
and
Depot
I
was
love
so
Fuel
good.
Depot.
Remove
It had
Harvester, put this
several
back.
buildings to play in. It had this high ground, this low ground area. It was very bright and colorful. And when they made Harvester, I was super disappointed because
Harvester
Fuel
sucks.
Depot was the best. Back in Season 9, they rolled out an LTM where you could play the original Kings Canyon and the original World's Edge map, and we got to revisit some of those golden early day POIs. I will say though, the majority of changes that Apex has made to the maps have generally been much better than the original.
Agreed,
However,
dog.
Fuel Depot and a few other POIs.
Few
from
others,
the
yeah,
early
bring
days
Sorting
still
Factory
stand the
back.
test of time and are better than the ones that they transitioned to. Number 18. Now, some of you will remember this more than maybe some of these others
Oh, is this
because
Seer?
it wasn't too long ago when
not that old.
Seer came out. But yeah,
Most
very
OP
similar to
legend ever.
Horizon. We all complain about Seer these days, but do you remember when he was released? His tactical not only did everything it does today, but it stunned you, it blinded you, it dealt 10 damage to you, and the Q would come out quicker, making it much harder to dodge. Now,
I literally remember when Seer was first released, in like scrims and pro play, one team would just get targeted by every single Seer around them. So they'd be hiding in like a building, for example, and every team around them would target one team, and they just continuously throw Seer tacticals at that team, and that team would literally die because it did 10 damage per tactical. They would literally die just from tacticals because they'd run out of heals. It was so absurd.
another crazy thing about Seer upon release was he could run at the same speed as having his weapon holstered, but with his hands out and constantly scanning.
Oh
and
yeah,
trying
he's
to
a constant
reveal whatever is
UAV.
around
I
him.
forgot about
The beginning
that.
of Season 10 was pretty rough for all of these reasons, so although Seer is still fairly annoying to deal with these days, at least he's not what he was when he was released in Season 10. Number 19. Something that was found when Season
Punch
11
boosting!
dropped
Oh, I
was
forgot
punch
about
boosting.
punch
Now,
boosting.
because
Bring
of
it
Storm
back!
Point's terrain, there were all these huge hills that you could turn around, punch the ground, and then fly down the hills. This was super fun, and what I think was most important about this was that controller and mouse and keyboard players could
Yeah, I feel
both
like this is
do
something
it.
they should have
And yes,
kept.
that includes console players too.
Everyone can
I'm
do
still
it.
unsure why they removed
Yeah,
punch
agreed.
boosting, but it's clear they didn't mean to put
Maybe
it in
bring
the
it back
game.
on like a
However,
cooldown.
that's also been true for a lot of the other movement techniques that have been figured out along the years. Number 20. Speaking of a piece of movement that's been removed, up until
Oh,
Season
zipline,
4,
endless
you could
jumping.
interact with the zipline as many times as you could. This made it so that people who actually mastered ziplines meant they were very sweaty. Can you imagine a situation now where you drop into a zipline building and 20 people are just bobbing up and down on the ziplines as much as they want? Or even bobbing up and down on a Pathfinder zipline for 200 meters? See, in old endgame scenarios, Pathfinders would shoot ziplines and just jump back and forth on the zip while the circle was closing, and they'd try to stay alive as long as possible up until it was the last enemy player alive, then jump down on them and try to knock them to win the game. Certainly were some wild times.
Man, OG Apex was something else. Some of you guys wouldn't have played it and missed out on so many good times. That was just the tip of the iceberg as well. If you guys would like me to make a full video covering, I don't know, 100 or 1,000 OG nostalgia kind of things from OG Apex, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll work on one. Big thank you again to Mango for this video. Absolutely nuts. Mango, awesome content creator. I don't think he makes Apex videos at the moment, but awesome guy. Drop him a sub. And guys, thank you all for watching. Keep being awesome. Keep being amazing. Much love. And I'll see you guys all again soon. Literally tomorrow for a new video.